Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Atwood Bar podcast. My name is Benjamin Afizovich, and I am joined today by my usual friends, Christopher Gianetti.
What up?
Salvador Flores.
Yo.
Islam Duane.
Did you eat my cheese balls?
Yeah, I did.
And Irvin Carrillo.
This mic's blocking my lips.
We'll figure it out, dude. I'll figure it out. Don't
I'm
worry.
fucking cancel you for saying that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, today, boys, it's got to be about cancel culture. Shit's kind of gone kind of haywire recently. Some of it's justified. Some of it, I think, is not. I think the biggest one that we can all point out is fucking Dr. Seuss.
I thought it was Bill Cosby.
No, these motherfuckers.
Bill Cosby actually raped some people, so I don't fucking.
Irvin, you can get out.
Fuck.
You've been canceled.
Bro, like,
Y'all never watched the show?
They just called me.
Who canceled Hitler? I mean, come on.
Imagine for someone that
Ridiculous. Bill Cosby raped people.
Cosby to Hitler?
No, that's what I'm. No, whoa.
Bill Cosby raped people.
Yeah, and this
Hitler
dude,
killed millions.
he
Well, they didn't
fucking
rape anybody.
massacred an entire nation.
As far as you know.
Okay, but as far as I'm concerned,
telling me
they're
out
both
of all
equally
the-
as bad.
Hold on,
Fucking
you're
SS
saying
soldiers, like,
you're
rape
saying
people.
Nazis are okay?
They're both
Yeah.
equally as
You're
bad.
telling me the Nazis didn't rape
Cancel
anybody.
him.
Cancel Ben.
I'm not-
Hashtag
we didn't say
cancel Ben.
Nazis, right?
Havizovich.
Look, they're both just as bad in my opinion.
What, Nazis?
If
and
you
Bill
murder
Cosby?
if you murder like 10 people and
They're
you
the
murder
same
100
thing.
people, is one worse than the other? No, you're basically a murderer.
You're saving a couple people, bro.
No, but
You're not
there's-
saving people. You might have just not gotten to it. That
No,
doesn't
but-
make you like
but
as
there's
worse.
there's an ethical theory that says like if a train is going down a path and you can have the hand of the lever and you can save 100 old people or one baby, what would you do?
Fuck the baby.
100 old people. Yeah.
You would kill the 100
How
old
old?
people?
No, I'd save the old people. Fuck
You
that
saved
baby.
old people?
Well, 100 lives.
How old?
I don't know. Like let's say like they're
70s.
60, 70s.
Oh,
Oh no, they got no use, bro. Get the baby.
100 old people. I'm just looking at numbers here.
Or us.
So if the
one
numbers-
family really mad at me, or 100 families really?
I can
mad
say
at me?
both.
So
Watch
so
me.
You're saying the complete opposite of killing 100 or killing 1,000 is the same exact.
Do
thing.
I come
Well,
out
no,
alive
no,
in
no.
this situation?
Well, there's a difference between like you might have caught that person before
yes.
they killed more. That doesn't mean they wouldn't have fucking killed more. That's like saying you stopped the train before it killed anyone, but that dude was still planning on fucking driving that train and killing way more
Yeah,
people.
Bill was definitely training.
You can't stop the train.
What if you
It's
put
still
them on
going.
the same platform? What if like Bill Cosby was in Hitler's position as leader of the Third Reich?
What if Bill
I don't-
Cosby is Hitler?
Chris, we need you to take a step
Chris,
back.
Yeah, no, maybe you should be canceled.
Nobody's
man.
getting
What
into
the
that
fuck are you
alternate
saying?
universe fan fiction thing that you got.
So the
going on over there.
most recent is Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
What do you
No,
do?
there's a lot more.
There's a
recent
lot-
ones.
No,
There's a lot of
and it's
recent
because
stuff.
it got reference to black people in there. In the
No, Chris, can you look up the Dr. Seuss, the reasons?
just put in Dr. Seuss. Why?
Just put in
Just-
Pornhub.com/Dr.
Dr. Seuss. See what comes out.
I'm
bro.
sure we'll see some Cat in the Hat, some parodies.
Yo, what's that shit called? The furry shit? Yeah, that's what we're gonna
Yeah,
see.
Cat in
The
the Hat.
furry. Yeah, some cat in the hat furry shit. There's gonna be a cat fucking a fish.
The Cat in the Trap.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
If I ran the zoo, if I ran a zoo.
So there's definitely some questionable images in there that
It
I
already sounds racist.
honestly,
if I ran the
his
zoo does
estate
not sound like a
evolved.
good name when you're in the context
Oh,
of
come
racism.
the fuck on. You think these little kids are gonna know if I ran the zoo?
Oh,
Honestly?
well, all right,
What the fuck are you referring to a zoo? What's wrong with you thinking about that?
well, it's
you know
not
what I mean?
it's not like a subliminal thing, Sal. It's a little more direct than that. Some of these.
Okay, what's in the
Come
zoo?
on,
What's
bro.
in the zoo? What's in the zoo?
Bullshit. People need to worry about something else, man.
Dude, read full article. Come on.
Read full.
Read full article.
Have you
If you
ever
have to
read an
pay, I'm
article?
not paying.
must subscribe.
Oh my
Ha,
god,
I
there's
got
a
it.
paywall.
Okay. You know what? Just double check if you're recording
Go
because I don't
down.
trust you.
It's
Scroll
recording.
down. We're looking for the
Okay.
images. We're looking for the images. Continue.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
Wait,
Just look.
What
I saw
website is this?
Japanese. Hold on.
So I believe, and I'll say it. I believe it refers to the cartoon looking like
Right there. It's
a-
about Asians. Go down.
yeah, and them being like in the zoo, like it's like slave.
He finds a Chinese
You know what
man
black
who
people
eats
did?
with
That thank
sticks.
God because it could have been us, or it could have been Hispanics, or it could have been they just fucking like it's.
You know what I think? I think when we were kids, that never came into my mind.
That's
I love
what I'm
Dr.
saying.
Seuss. Dr. Seuss was like easy words. I'm like,
Wait. Hold on.
It's
Wait. A Chinese man who eats sticks and has slanted eyes. So what the fuck is Brock?
And has slants for.
so what the I know cancel Pokemon.
Cancel Pokemon.
And runs
Cancel
on
No.
Pokemon.
and runs on wood
Yeah,
block
huh?
claws.
It's on
fucks.
these those.
Like, dude, Brock is legit just a line.
Yeah, he really is.
Is
Bro,
that
what
really
is he,
what-
some sort of like Laos or Cambodian
Yeah.
guy? Like, what are we doing
wait,
here?
hold on. So time out. So I obviously don't remember this book word for word,
My
but is
parents
that
probably saved
what
me.
what it says?
I read that yesterday.
That's the only book you can read, Chris. Hold on.
Only book he has.
Look, guys,
How about
cat in the hat. Oh yeah, let's talk about the R word because that's a whole fucking other thing, dude.
I agree with the R word. I think the R word.
I
should be
don't.
banned.
Yeah, that you should stop.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
Wait,
think
hold on. What's the R word?
retarded. I
Retarded,
think it's
dude.
insensitive.
Should
I
we
think
say
it's-
I think you should just say convoluted.
convoluted
convoluted.
instead of
What
retarded?
the hell does convoluted have to do with the word
You could just say stupid.
retarded?
You can just say stupid. Yeah,
I mean,
but
because
If
what,
something is dumb, you can call
Stupid's
it fucking
a
dumb.
less
Retarded
harsh
is like
way of
a
saying
word.
it.
Mental retardation is the actual like disease.
yeah, I mean,
yeah, and that's like stupid in its most purest form. Am I wrong
And
here?
the less harsh
Am I
way.
wrong
No,
here?
not necessarily. There's people who are artistic and have mental that are like incredible fucking engineers and fantastic at math. They just
Yeah.
like their social ability suffers. But like they understand very well when somebody's being
Hold up,
made fun of.
that's on the spectrum of being autistic. That's not necessarily mental retardation.
A type of mental retardation. I mean, and honestly,
Listen-
like that is like a blanket term at this point. Any kind of like if you're any kind of disabled,
Yeah,
at that
because
point,
everybody's so goddamn soft that even if you have like one
well,
fucking
we're not
form,
the soft ones, right? It's the people that have these diseases that feel that they
Yeah,
don't
but-
like this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but when? Since when?
I've never
When
heard
we
of a
were
retard
younger-
coming out and saying like I don't like this word. It's always
Sal
fucking
just said, I've
CNN.
never heard of a retard coming out and saying this word.
That's a
You just committed the same thing you're saying you never saw anyone do.
But no. A retarded person, an actual retarded person, come out there.
Just say
and
someone
that
on
they're
the
retarded,
spectrum.
or like that. I don't like that. I don't
Chris-
fuck
Chris
with
is
you
saying
calling me
it
a
to you.
retard.
Chris is
I'm
saying
sorry,
it to
Chris. I'm sorry, Chris.
Okay. Why don't we look
think
it up?
we're trying our best to get
do mentally disabled people like the word retarded?
Or I want to see. It's always
I know what
CNN,
Sal would have
Washington
Googled.
Post.
Do
this
retarded
fucking
people
was
like
so
being called
done
retarded?
Hold on a sec. Hold on. I can confidently say when we were younger, this was not a thing.
This was not a thing.
Dude, Twitter
You know
didn't
what I-
exist.
Do you know what I think needs to happen?
fucking-
And this
It's
is
fucking Twitter.
this is gonna
No,
get
it's
me.
not Twitter, dude. It's middle-aged mothers living in the fucking suburbs who are just.
How do you know?
How do you know that? I feel
I
like
know
those are
way
the
too
ones
many
that
have
really-
middle-aged
analytics.
parents. Yo, facts, dude. You know
Listen,
how
I
let's
think.
just
Clean a
say
lot
I
of
do.
windows.
Listen, I think kids just need to get bullied.
Yeah,
I was bullied. Look at me. I'm fine.
I was bullied, and I'm
You
fine.
were the bully.
I know, right? That's definitely.
Go watch our latest episode.
No.
Go watch
no,
2
no,
episodes
no,
ago.
no,
Yeah,
listen.
with Justice, dude. It's lit, bro.
But-
No,
all right.
not Justice, yo.
Don't
What's
go.
up, Justice?
Justice sucks.
Hey, for the record, though, like, I mean, what do you mean when you say bullying, right? Because
It's not.
I'm
what
sure
is-
there's a lot
what
of
is bullying?
cyberbullying.
Is bullying you walking up to a black kid and calling him the N-word?
No. That was it. Like when we were
Is
younger.
that bullying? It
when
might
we were-
be to some
Apparently,
people.
if you're of the same
When I
skin
was-
and you say yo,
But
sup,
look,
N-word.
look at us.
Everything's
Filipino, European, white, Spanish, Arab. We went to school together.
Yeah.
Okay. When we were younger, we didn't see like, oh, that's a black guy. I can't hang out with him.
Correct.
No.
Oh, he's Asian. Like I gotta stay away from him.
No. And let's face it. All of us here.
Well, we weren't raised that.
No, we weren't raised that way, but we were raised with the same kids. We were raised with black kids. We were raised with
Yeah.
Hispanic kids. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. Back when we were kids, the N-word used to flow like it was nothing because
Yeah.
of the kids because of the company that we kept. It
No,
was
but
all just.
But it's how you use it as well. Because if you're saying it like, oh, you are a blah, 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 then it's just like, ooh, you shouldn't have said that. Or like how we grew up, like, honestly, like everybody and their mother says it like, yo, what's up, my? And it's just like a term of like endearment, like, what's up, my buddy? What's up, blah, blah. So
Right.
like, I guess like you're tiptoeing across the like gray line.
Yeah, and you're dealing with you're dealing with people like fucking catching you saying it on a video, posted on social media, and people reacting to it.
The most recent
there's
example
350 million people
was-
out there in the United States that has something to say about you saying that word. Oh, you're not the same skin color. They're gonna say something about
Yeah.
you. Oh, but I look brown. I'm not black. I can't say that word.
Yeah.
When it was just like the company that we kept, the kids that we grew up with, it was all okay.
I think.
But
I
one
think-
person needs to find it wrong,
I
and then
think
it's.
I agree with you to the sense that like what you say within the privacy of the group of your friends alone is a separate issue from you speaking publicly or to people you don't know very well. Okay, like if you decided to call me the N-word one day as a friend, I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't fucking try to cancel Sal. I wouldn't.
Right, but if we're on Twitch,
However, if you were like
no facts.
if you like met a person who was black and you had just met them and you were like, yo, like that's my N-word.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, like I don't know you like that. Like is that okay? Is it okay for him to be offended by
I'm
that?
not-
The
I'm-
general
but
public doesn't
that's-
share your own personal opinions.
But what
Not
if
everybody.
That's
you
what
get
I'm
called
saying.
that? I get called that sometimes. Like
I
I've hung out with people that don't know that I'm black. Like I'd like to consider myself like.
Well, you're
I
African.
mean,
that
yeah, no,
lane-
yeah, you're
on that
African.
line, like,
You're North African.
I'm
dude.
North African, but people don't know that. Like, I'll hang out. We're stop being cool with
because
each other. Blah blah. Yo, what's up, my G? What's up, my blah blah? And then it's just like, cool. Like,
You say
I
what
get
up.
it. There is no like, oh, you were this and you're a slave, and I'm gonna call you this, and it's gonna hurt your feelings. Like, we're not on that level. Like,
Yeah, but
even if I don't know you, and you're like, "What's up, G?" Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, don't call me that."
But then scholars point you out and say that, you know what, that word's really insensitive. Even if you're meaning in a term of endearment, you should really stop saying it. This, and that.
If that's the
Again,
case, like,
it's a
you know,
fact
ask
of opinion,
yourself.
bro.
So
Would
then
you
we
want your
can't
kid,
say
would you want
anything.
your kids to say it?
No.
If I asked you right now, if you're like, hey, in
And-
the future, would you be okay with your kids using that word in any
No.
context?
They would get their ass kicked.
Ideally, you'd probably just want your kids to not say it at all.
Yeah, Chris
No,
is the only one. To say
We've
it.
grown up
Ideally.
with it, so it's harder to like avoid it. But like, we could create a generation where that word doesn't need to exist. It definitely
Correct.
doesn't need to exist in the context
You know,
that we're
and,
speaking.
and it brings it to a point of what the girl said a couple of episodes ago, technically, right? About using the word pussy. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. You know what? That's
Same
funny
thing.
because
Same thing as
all the
long-
girls like responded exactly that way. Oh my god! Like, yo, let's talk about pussy.
Okay, cool. If I'm gonna call you a pussy, right, as a friend, then it's just okay. I have a girlfriend. I understand.
Listen,
I
I'm a
get
gamer. I only use
The-
that word.
The pussy
a
word
lot of
is
words.
like a strong organ. It pushes out a baby. I get it.
I can't believe
Out
she
of-
used that argument,
out
dude.
of-
Shout out.
It's a
Jess,
good
though.
argument.
No, it's
What?
not a good argument.
What
it's a
is?
stupid argument.
What is? I'm confused.
The pussy is a strong organ.
It
Okay,
is, it's a strong
that's great.
organ.
No,
but
but
the thing is, like, if you're gonna call your friend a pussy,
I'm not
then it is
referring to
what-
you as a vagina, bro. What the fuck is that? That just sounds wrong.
Okay, let's.
Well, I don't think we need
turn
to
the
find
clock
an
back.
alternative to the word pussy. I think the reality is that we need to accept is like there are certain words
That means certain other
that
things.
that have a connection to people that might upset some of those people.
Right.
And whether we like it or not, if you want to keep calling people the N-word, if like someone's like, I don't care, I don't mean it that way, I'm going to keep using it. But the people that word was originally designed to oppress are like, hey, we really don't like it. And you're like, well, fuck that. I'm
Then
going
let
to
it
continue using it
naturally-
because
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
using it that
that-
way.
that's
At that
different.
point, well, how is that different from women saying that they don't like people using the word pussy?
it's the same thing.
Then ask
It is
yourself on the
technically the
company
same
that you
thing.
keep, bro. If you keep people that keep saying pussy right in front of your face, man, maybe unfriend them. Maybe stop seeing them.
Well, yeah, true. No, yeah, we're talking
Chris,
about like
what
the
are you
public.
offended of? I just want to
Well,
just
what
know,
word,
just
what
in
word
case.
offends you?
White trash. You Italian, right? What the fuck do they call
Cracker?
Italian?
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
I'm asking.
No,
I'm just kidding.
They call Italian certain. Fuck.
Oh, I'm.
Yes.
It begins
Don't
with a
say
G.
it.
It
Yeah,
begins with a
say it,
G,
say
but I'm
it.
not gonna say
Don't
it.
say it.
No, it's okay. dude.
I'll tell you. What
I can't remember.
It begins with a G.
Yeah, I know what it is.
I
He
forgot.
doesn't even
Guido.
know what it is.
No.
No.
G I.
Guinea. Guinea is the word. But we're not using
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa, Ben.
We're not using it.
I'm
in that
offended.
context.
You son
out.
of a bitch.
Well, this is not, nobody's
Yeah.
being called this word and we're not using it.
But
I,
the
w-
word
I
is
would not be opposed to us even saying, I'm not saying the N word because I don't like using it anymore. I don't feel it's comfortable, but I will admit that when I was a kid, I did use it and I never meant, I don't think I've ever called a black person the N word. I don't think I ever have. I think I've only ever used it with like us casually.
Chill. Come on, bro. We had.
And never in
yeah.
a bad way. However,
not gonna
I,
shut out the
I
nerds, it's
recognize
fine.
that I think I was wrong. I think that I like basically the whitest looking dude on the earth, and I don't think I'll ever experience the type of racism
I mean, I guess you.
that these people might fucking encounter.
Right.
And I think that's wrong.
so
and,
you learn
but,
your lesson.
But also, like
Because
the
we get
more
older,
the
but-
more you
As you get
say it,
older.
the more it's around. You kind of just let it fade out of existence, man.
You know what
I haven't heard
really
it in
upset
years.
me as you said that? At work, I got threatened by a black guy. He said he was gonna shoot me.
Nice.
I swear to God, true story.
For real, bro?
I swear to God, on
How
everything
long
I
ago
love.
was this? Like a couple years ago?
Last summer.
Oh, lit.
He
Okay.
said to me,
And in the premises, he's gonna shoot you.
inside of work,
Yo, you got your lawyer right there. Lawyer right
he
there.
got,
Speed
he
dial.
got,
Go
he got
ahead.
into a fight with somebody else, and I was the only like engineering management type.
You're the only
on
superior.
site.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like, don't do that here. And he flipped out.
Oh, really?
Black guy.
He was
Black
really
guy,
mad
right?
at you.
Yo, so mad. He got in my face. He was like, fight me, hit me. And he's like, you're this, you're that, all these words, right? So I'm like, listen, nobody's here. Let's just end it. Go about your way. I'll go about my way. We'll pretend like this never happened.
Yeah.
He's like, no, fuck this, blah, blah. So people started pouring into the cafeteria. So I was like, fuck, now I got to report this. So he's saying, and he was in the military, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I used to shoot people like you.
Oh,
And
oh wow.
yo, he said, He said I used to
You
shoot.
laughing?
He said I used to shoot people like you,
God damn.
and I have no problem shooting you. Right?
Does he still work there?
Comedian.
Hold
Oh,
on.
shit.
So then what happened, right? I was like, okay, cool. I like went, I got my boy, and I was like, yo, talk to him, tell him like he needs to leave, right? I gotta report this. I went, called the phone, I see him walking through the floor after going to his car. I'm like, oh, today's the day. I die.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm walking out.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at him. He's looking at me. He walks right by me. Pissed. So I was like, all right.
It's his
I'm
own
back.
fucking fault.
He's going to shoot me in the back. Okay, cool.
Okay,
In my head, I'm dead. So then I walk back into the cafeteria and they're like, oh, he's leaving. He's out. He
quit.
got fired.
Oh,
He got
Damn.
fired. Quit. He got fired. So everybody was like, oh man, it's going to be hard on him now. You know, he was in the military. He obviously has some problems. And he's, he's black. People always are going to look at him in a negative manner.
Someone said that.
Yeah, I'm like, he just threatened to shoot me.
Yeah, and
A
someone
Muslim American, he just threatened to shoot me.
Yeah.
And like,
Someone brought up race.
someone brought race
Like what?
into this.
And like, what about me?
Exactly. I'm like, yo, it should be like,
Fuck color. Let's talk about life.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what are we,
My life
I mean,
was
what are we
threatened.
talking about here?
I don't think race can be a cover for you doing bad shit.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not an
exactly.
excuse for you
Never.
doing something
Never,
bad.
dog.
And everybody,
In this case,
Never.
he should have gotten fired.
He did.
I don't feel bad about him losing his job. I mean, he did it to himself, but this has nothing to do with
It
race.
doesn't.
No, exactly.
You know, like,
there's a life
everybody,
on the line.
everybody was
Bringing it
afraid.
up, I think, is just like, I think it's also like, it's even racist to think like, oh, his life's going to be harder because he's black. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Holy shit.
dude, like, he went into the military, he survived it, he came here, he got a job at this fucking startup doing like something important, because we're not like some like low level fucking entry place. You don't like just come here and flip burgers. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, he got a job here. He's definitely capable. Like,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with the fact of why he came to me. He said he would shoot me because of where I was from and shit. Like,
Yeah.
why are we looking at that? Like, stop trying to cover up bad people for doing bad shit using where they come from.
Exactly.
There are bad Muslims that
Exactly.
do bad shit.
Dude,
100%.
Where
That's where
they
I'm
come?
going.
No, where they come from, and fucking gender too, bro. A lot
absolutely.
a lot of women, a lot of men are putting their fucking cards up.
Oh.
Yeah, and saying, I was like, oh, you're doing me like this because I'm a woman, or you're doing me like this because I'm a black man. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm like,
I mean, there are companies that do
no,
that.
there are companies. Yeah, come on, Crystal, make the fucking screen turn black, dude.
There are companies that do that.
recorded.
But like, we have to respect the fact that like, yo, bad people are bad people.
No matter what race.
So no matter what race. So like
Or gender.
these words that are used and we're like, oh, it's to oppress this people or oppress that people. Okay. And like when 9/11 happened, which is horrible, Muslims were being called every word in the Bible, in the dictionary.
They were
and-
not popular.
Yeah.
do know
And
that.
to this day, I've never heard anybody say like, hey, we should chill out on the, making fun of Muslims thing. It's gone through everything. So like, I feel like,
Well, I mean, to some degree, I think like when Donald
The
Trump tried to
Chinese
do,
feel you
well-
right now with the coronavirus.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
bro.
corona.
That's
yeah.
a fact.
All Asians.
They are very
Yeah.
targeted
Yeah.
right now.
Asians
Yeah.
are
Well,
targeted
like
as fuck
you
right
guys remember the Muslim ban, like that he was trying to do on certain Muslim
now. That was
countries.
fucked
Yes.
up. Yeah.
Though he got a lot of backlash for it. A lot of
Not-
people did like disagree with what he was saying, and they didn't want to for the reason of race. However, he basically a good portion of the people that supported him did very much believe in that shit, and they were like, we should ban Muslims.
The
We
vocal
believe in
minority.
America as a Christian country.
so just because you don't say the N word doesn't make you a good person.
No, but it's a start towards eliminating something that is harmful to people.
And you always see these people that are like, oh, I don't say that
It'll
word.
eventually phase out, man. Let's face it. Like, maybe it not be like this Z kids, like the Zoomers. Like maybe it's gonna be like after them.
It's
But
going to probably be a couple generations.
It's gonna be but it'll naturally phase out. So let me just say, pussy and peace.
I mean,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
don't even hear it in songs anymore.
Huh?
You don't even
Oh
hear it
come
in
on!
In songs?
Oh please, come, Irvin. Have you heard
Come
Lil
on.
Baby's latest album?
Oh, I mean-
fire,
Oh my
son.
God.
Shit's fire, son. It's
I mean, it was
fire.
very rampant.
All right. Well,
when we were
I mean,
young.
but there's a difference, right? Between you saying you want to get some pussy and calling someone a pussy.
Well, there's different.
There's a-
uses.
there's
One
a
is like a
there's a
sexual
line.
connotation, which is different from like the negative connotation. It's not a negative thing to say like I like pussy. It's
Right.
definitely like using a nickname for the word, but it's no different than someone saying dick. In the sense of like
You're a
when you're
dick.
actually referring to the organ versus like I'm using the organ as a way
Bro,
to make fun of
but
it.
I just
I've
want to
heard-
start by saying that most of the pussies I know are guys. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
We don't really call women pussies.
No.
I've never called a woman. Well, I'm not gonna call him a pussy. I'm gonna call a guy a pussy.
Yeah, but you know what? The people like
Because they're acting cowardly.
The person who called me out, I've heard her say, "Don't be a dick."
Oh shit, I'm mad offended.
Are you
Right?
Yeah.
So there's
Should we be offended?
I don't think it's a one-way street.
Should we be offended? You know who you are, Jessica. You know who you are.
At
Cut
that-
my penis off.
At that point,
Fuck
I
it.
mean, I agree with you that it is a double standard. But
That's a devil's
how do you say it with like so like there are housing programs that are there are government programs that are dedicated to helping minorities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fucking white people that feel that discriminates against fucking white people.
True.
Yeah.
In the sense of like you're not supporting white people. You'd be like, that's not fair. He gets extra government help because he is a minority-owned business versus my business, which is not because I'm white.
lot of
So I
people-
don't get that support. So
Chris,
I
what's
find
your view
that
on this?
discriminating.
No, but that's for real though. A lot of people like in
do
West
you mean?
Virginia, North Carolina, like South Carolina, just white people
That
in
was a
general that
stupid
live like
question.
in.
No, but you're right. Like a lot of people do feel that way. So it's like, I
And
I
if
get
feel
why
for them. It sucks for them.
the
man.
logic is there. The logic is absolutely there as to why that would be like almost a double standard. Because
Yeah.
you're literally like saying to fight discrimination, you have to re-discriminate against the group that was undiscriminated against for so long.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what's your views on
But
this?
I don't feel bad about that kind of stuff.
You already answered
Yeah, I
that
don't.
question.
So it's the same thing with like the word dick, where it's like, I guess it's true because men in general in history have been pretty well off compared to women, especially even in some societies today. It's like really, really bad.
White
really
males
prevalent,
have
yeah.
been
White males.
so as
I mean, the fact that you
as-
gotta go to Saudi Arabia and like a chick has to cover up completely, like that's fucking.
I respect that.
You go to jail for
Respect-
having alcohol.
Yeah, I don't respect Saudi Arabia as a nation, man.
I
kidding me?
don't agree
All
with the way
women
that,
should wear. I'm kidding. Wear
I
the
don't
fuck
I
you
don't
want.
agree with the way they do things there either. But my point is like, yeah, like could we be offended by the fact that they use the word dick? We very well could. However, we have to think about it in
Wait.
context about like years of like women not being able
have
to
to
vote
actually
and
Yeah, but we
suppression and being
can't.
looked at as
Yeah,
weak.
but we can't think of it like that. I'm not a white male. I don't have privilege.
No, but you're a man in general. And
I've never had privilege. My name is Islam. Are you fucking?
Yeah,
Are you? My name is Islam. I am Muslim.
that's like that's like me being named Wetback.
Yeah, I had an afro when I was younger. Are you kidding me? Like I was like, I have not had it easy.
All right, but that's
It has not been easy for me.
but
Chris is
that's-
white. That's easy.
Yeah, Chris, what are your views on
I'm
this?
a gringo.
Expectations were thrown away because of your fucking name, bro.
Yo, I had an interview. I walked into Granite Telecommunications. You go fuck
Yo,
yourselves.
shout out brand new.
I walked in, handed them my resume. She's like, "Oh, the hiring manager's busy. I'll interview you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." We discussed, whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, why don't you come back to see him?" And my friend John had referred me, right? So I go back. I'm like, "Oh, John, I met with blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Oh, cool. Yeah. They said that you didn't get the job." I was like, "I didn't interview him." He's like, "Yeah, they said that you met with the hiring manager." Blah, blah. I'm like, "I didn't meet with a guy." He's like, "Oh, they said that you did." I was like, "John, I didn't." He's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah,
Does your friend still work there now that he
no,
referred you?
no."
Okay, he cool. He cool.
Justice used to work there too.
Oh, word.
He got fired too.
Nice.
But
At least
anyways,
he got hired.
yeah, but Justice sounds like, a white girl's there. You can't really tell the
okay.
difference.
So and I'll
Justice
I'll
Nui-
counter your point with
I
one
mean-
other thing. You walked in there and you applied. Your name was Islam. When they probably saw your application, they were probably like, yeah.
They canceled you right away.
Imagine being a Muslim woman with a hijab trying to go in there and apply for the same thing.
Oh, 100%.
The judgment would have been there, and the discrimination would have been there before they even realized who you were and what you meant.
Yeah, facts.
Versus you,
As
when
soon
you
as
walked
you
up
as
there.
soon as you walked
But
in.
if Chris walks in.
No. How would you know this person without seeing
Christopher
them?
James.
Well, if they have a
Giannetti.
hijab.
Dude,
Yeah,
hired.
but you don't know
Hired.
them like from the
Instantly.
resume.
Oh, but that doesn't matter. You're
Fucking hired.
the stereotertype is there.
Salvador
So even
Narco
as a Muslim
terrorist
man, you still have
Flores.
advantages over a Muslim woman because, like, in all fairness, like you look pretty white, and I say the same thing because I'm Muslim too, but I literally look like sour cream, and I talk like I was born here. But people don't recognize that shit.
Wait, you
but then
weren't
you see
born
my huh?
You weren't born here?
No, I wasn't born here. But you see my last name, and then you're like, why don't you
Idiot.
eat
You think you know
bacon?
that.
And then that starts to formulate in your head, and then you're like, oh, like I didn't know that about you. That's like the first thing they say, right? They're like, oh, I didn't know you were Muslim. And it's like, well, I never like went to you and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you were Catholic. You know what I mean? That's not a conversation that happens.
No, that makes sense because
But people almost get like, oh, I had no idea. And you're like, well, what is it?
I've had a guy find out my name and stand up and leave the table.
I know, you told us
brought-
about that
you
guy.
brought-
At a
the
wedding, no less, right?
No, awake.
Oh.
That's probably the
dude.
worst feeling in the world. Hanging out with this guy all day, sits down to have food, and then he's like, "Oh, Islam."
Maybe you should just start
Starts
with your name.
cracking up, laughing. He's like, "Yo, Islam is close to ISIS, babe. You fucking see that?"
They both have eyes.
And then he fucking left, and I'm like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?" I just hung out with this guy
God.
all day.
Yes, but imagine being a woman in a hijab. He would have never even spoken to her.
Yeah, that's
That's
because
the
of the way-
difference.
You know why?
So that's where like the gender
Do you
makes a
know
difference,
why?
even
Yeah.
when you're
Do
talking
you know
about
why
religion.
he would have never have spoken to her?
Because that image is there.
No, because that's disrespectful, and only a
Oh,
man, her brother, or her father.
I mean, yeah, if you want to get technical.
And now we're back to Saudi Arabia.
All right, what else is canceled? What's like what's
The
recent?
star from the Mandalorian.
You know, let's do it. Let's do it with something.
Oh, the
some
lady?
shit that we don't agree.
Wait, what lady?
Gina Carano.
Gina
Carano.
Carano.
What did she say?
Oh, she said something shit about like some Jews or
She
something like
basically said that being
Wow.
a Republican in America today was equivalent to being a Jew in the Holocaust.
Holy shit.
that. How the fuck
Here-
does that
here's
get you
the-
fired?
that's the poster.
though?
So that wasn't her first offense. She is definitely a repeated offender when it comes to this stuff, and Disney had warned her prior.
That is the poster right there.
Yeah, but Disney's a bunch of
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
What'd you say? Can you read it, Chris?
I can't even read it, man. Yeah, she said it's just gonna be mad hard to see like in the computer. When
Can
we check out
you
the
zoom
video.
in?
I mean, Ben basically said it, right?
That's
But-
the
yeah.
basic
Ben
gist of the
summed
point.
it.
She
Ben
just
summed
said
it
it with a few extra
Oh,
words.
she
Jews
said- oh,
were
no,
beaten in the street, not by Nazi soldiers, by their neighbors. even by
children.
No, that's
children.
someone's reply, right?
No, that was her. That was her actual post. Basically, at the end, yeah. What her point is that like how is what's happening now any different to what was happening in the Jews in Nazi Germany at the beginning?
Oh, you're not being gassed. That's.
Or I mean, nobody's beating up Republicans in the streets
Yeah.
or anything. And
So
I mean,
she's Republican.
I guess more of the.
she definitely she wanted Trump to win. She tweeted a lot of like the election lies stuff.
Yeah, a lot of political. Posts.
She's super political, and I will say that I don't know if she should have been fired, and even if like okay, some of the things she said were questionable, but at the same time, so like her other co-star Pedro Pascal, he tweeted some stuff comparing the children in cages down at the border to like the kids that were in Nazi internment camps, but nobody
said anything. Oh, because because that was like with the mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
So that was mainstream, but at the same time, right? You consider it, and you're like, okay, in this situation, kids are actually in cages, being separated from families. In some cases, they don't even know where their parents are anymore, which would happen, right? Versus her, who is, a white person in the United States with Donald Trump as the president, saying that she feels like a Jewish person in the Holocaust.
Makes sense.
Which is, I think, much more of a reach.
Yeah.
And one of them, like the children are
But can we say
actually in
that
cages, actually separated from their families, actually sleeping like on the floor. I mean, they're not doing labor or anything like that. But
I mean, it's a better.
I think it's a closer comparison.
To me, it sounds like a fucking joke. It like a joke, like haha. You know what I mean? Like for real, haha. Like
don't
it's
think
But
funny.
I feel like for
You
people
think
like
she
her-
was joking?
Yeah,
I
people
think she
like
was
her, it's not a
joking,
joke.
dude. I think she
No.
was like,
No.
oh, come on.
That was
bro.
like I said, that's not her first
Sal-
offense. Disney had
Sal,
prior
the
warned her.
Atwood Bar podcast would like to let you go.
I'm just saying, it's like they're getting a little too. I don't know. It's a little too soft for me. I guess
It's
she's
Disney.
She's referring it to. I know. She's referring it to maybe to some sort of persecution of people just because of their thoughts
Yeah,
or
but it
beliefs or
seems a
whatever it
little
is. That's
extreme.
Yeah, but that's extreme.
That's an extreme.
that's not reaching though. That's
The white
not
guy
reaching.
said it's extreme. Okay.
Are we killing Republicans?
Do you think Chris feels like a Jew in the Holocaust?
I'm not saying the act of killing, man. I'm talking about the act of persecution of a people.
Yeah,
Are
so
we
you say
persecuting Republicans?
No, but just
Are we gassing them?
Are we gassing Republicans?
Is
out?
it so bad
Are
that
we
you
rounding
compare
them up
it to
to
the
persecution
Holocaust?
online,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
persecution online by the mainstream media just trying to attack you.
It's
Listen, man, I don't
not
agree
the
with the
same.
shit that she
You
says.
shouldn't be attacked for having a different political view.
Or
but-
lose your fucking job
But
over
but
it.
she took it a little
was-
farther.
It's just words.
That what
Unless you
she
do
said was
something, then
would
that-
definitely would be offensive to some people. Her saying that Donald Trump won the election, I don't think is offensive directly to anybody. However, her being like, imagine going up to like, someone who like a Holocaust survivor and you're like, hey, I know how you feel. and she's like a millionaire
Oh my
on a
God.
Star Wars TV show,
Yeah,
and she's
that's
saying
true,
that
yeah.
because like she wants to be able to say certain
political views.
offensive things online.
Yeah. That's what's the problem.
You know,
so what
it's
are
more
your
of Disney's
Dude,
again.
imagine,
It's more of
imagine
Disney's
her
image.
walking
than-
up to
not
like
just-
one of those Mexican families at the border, and she's like, "Damn, I know
It's not just
exactly how
Disney,
you
though?
guys feel," and you're just like, "Dude, like,
I would
fuck
have
you.
been like, "You're
I'm
a
in a
fucking
cage."
comedian. That's funny. That is
No,
funny."
she's
not a
She's not a comedian.
I know, but it was just it just took me, when I saw it, when I saw that tweet, when I heard about it, I didn't see the tweet. When I heard about that tweet,
You thought
I'm
it was
like,
a ha-ha.
yeah, I was like,
I like this shit.
All right, let me bring something
I can
up.
see how you think.
So there are stars or like celebrities that have been, dug up for past tweets and been fired off their shows. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think that's.
I think
Like I'm talking about like years back. I'm
I
talking
think
about
it
people like
has
in the
to be. It
archive.
has to
Different time,
be.
dude.
It has to be really bad. Like
No,
no,
yes, yes.
really bad.
But
Like,
I'm talking about like it's
People-
no, I know, but
People
but
long
also
ago.
people grow and develop.
yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
they learn.
You have to learn to forgive. You have to learn to forgive people, and people grow up, like you said.
Yeah. So it's not that like you would have to have said something really, really,
Really
bad.
bad.
I think you do need to give people like as much as we want to admit
fuck
that
Ben.
these
Put
things
the
are wrong.
microphone a little bit more closer, man. I'm not reading you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll repeat what I just said.
Cool.
As much as we want to, blame people for what happened in the past, I think we're too quick to assume that like
They're
haven't
still like
grown,
that.
they're still like that.
right.
Some things were like we were saying here. I'm pretty sure all of us have said the N word at some point, casually in conversation, and we used to throw it around like it meant nothing.
Right.
I
Are we
think-
gonna get hashtag?
Are we? And I'm not saying that I haven't said it, and I'll admit that I've said it, but I think we can accept that someone has grown and they're no longer, do the things that they thought were wrong. I remember when Janet Jackson had her fucking thing.
Yeah. But
broke off.
Timberlake.
She went on fucking Letterman, right? And fucking David Letterman, like she sat down and he's like, "Damn," he's like, "I think you're gonna pop out of those things again."
Wait, he said that?
Yeah, that was
was a different time,
That
though.
kind of manner of speaking to women was much different back then.
Oh, absolutely.
If he did something
By
like
saying
that
that you
today,
have
I'd
large
be like, all
breasts?
right, cancel Letterman. Like, this dude's clearly a misogynist, but he
But
said it back
it's-
then. I'm
it's
like,
different,
times have
though.
changed. He doesn't say
not-
that stuff anymore.
It's not that. Okay, cool. Like I could feel a specific way and I could want to say something, but just because I don't say it in person, am I still a good guy? Because
No,
he could be
but-
thinking that he could be thinking like, damn, like that you but like pop out of
and
those.
Sal was like, haha.
But just because
Yeah,
you don't
I
say
was like,
it,
haha.
Okay, well, I mean, same thing. Like, if you walk past a bunch of women in the mall and you're like, damn, these women are all really attractive, I'm going to walk by, slap their ass, and call them a bad bitch.
So like Pepe Le Pew.
Or am I going to walk by and mind my own business and just think it to myself in my head? I mean, you may not. You may feel the same way either way, but
But
the difference
we-
is in one way you're actually doing it. and
we
one way you're not.
are different than these stars, right? Number one. And number two, he never smacked her ass. He just made a comment. So
Well-
just because that comment was said out loud,
Well, it's sexual
is it the
harassment.
same exact thing?
In some ways, like, yeah, I mean,
Or is it just an observation? Like if I'm like, oh damn, you look really fit in that red shirt, Ben.
Yo,
all right,
chill,
well,
man.
okay, well, all right, that's fine, right? All right, but let's imagine.
How is
we're-
it fine?
Okay,
Because you
I'm
said
saying-
he's not. His dick isn't popping out of his jeans right now.
no. No, I'm not saying
A little
that.
bit.
Consider
It
context,
is.
right? This wasn't like a private conversation that they had. This probably wouldn't
This
happen.
was on TV.
He wasn't
Yeah,
hitting
it's
on
on TV,
This was
right?
on live
Live
TV,
TV.
and he was trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
Poorly executed.
So to that end, I think it's a little different because you're speaking
Cancel.
to multiple people. Everyone's watching this happen. It might be mildly embarrassing. It might be, imagine if we're like, all right, we're sitting here talking about this. We're friends. This is fine. This is a fine conversation to have. It's me. It's you. I don't care what you say about me. Then we.
But what if everyone else cares?
No, everybody's gonna have a fucking opinion.
Yeah.
They're gonna hate me.
That's
Okay.
what
And I
matters.
hope they do.
Because
We-
I
but,
feel
but I'm
like
saying like you, but you
I'm not
don't
trying to
say
be
that.
liked.
You
We
don't.
hate
You don't
you.
just
I'm not
walk
trying
up
to
and
be
say
liked.
well,
He
I'm not gonna
hates
go
you,
out
Sal.
and say, "Damn, those things are popping."
But what if you're in a boardroom meeting, or what if you're at work and you just go to one of your coworkers and you say,
and
"Hey,
that is work.
your tits are huge."
Yeah, you can't say.
And that is
And
very
they're just like,
work.
"Wait, I don't get it. I was just making an observation." And they're like, "Stop talking."
David
about other
Letterman was a
people's
comedian.
sexual parts.
People. David Letterman was a comedian. Was to make quick
Well, he
remark
had a talk
jokes.
show, but at the same time, like
He was
I think he was serious.
you couldn't make those comments
Shut up,
today.
dude.
I think women don't want to be referred to and are not okay with. I don't think they ever wanted to, but I don't think they're okay with being. And Janet Jackson, to be fair, if you watch the show, she was not laughing.
Oh,
She did not
yeah.
think it was funny, but everyone was
yeah.
totally laughing at her.
Of course.
Yeah.
What
'cause
about-
it was, 'cause
Also, for
it-
the record, Justin Timberlake ripped off her fucking thing, and this dude, nobody said shit to him.
Okay, but if it wasn't intended, if it wasn't meant to happen, you think Justin was
wasn't meant to
I'm gonna
happen,
rip this
but-
bitch's tit off? No, it's
happened.
not.
Wait. She the owner of whoever like was broadcasting that show, like I think let's say like who was broadcasting Super CNBC. Let's just say I forget who it was. Basically, the guy who ran the company got so upset about all the backlash that he got that he blacklisted Janet Jackson off of everything. She lost her record labels. She lost everything.
See, that's just tough. That's tough.
Justin Timberlake did not lose a fucking thing. Nobody
tough.
even brought
Okay.
him.
See,
That's
that
what
I
I'm
don't-
saying
I
is
don't
kind of
fuck with
fucked up.
that.
He
I don't
got
fuck
mad
with
and
that.
he blamed her for an accident, and he didn't even blame the other half of the person that did it. That's fucked up.
No, you know what? Now that I do remember Janet Jackson making the rounds while Justin was staying real like
Justin
low key
was
way.
low-key.
Yeah, low key. Maybe I don't know if she was gonna do it to like maybe I don't know, get her life back in order, I guess, or get her public image back in order just for that little spat.
Dude, she was
But
like,
she was
ruined.
she was ruined.
Yeah,
She
her
was,
image was ruined.
okay. She was ruined.
Yeah.
And she was talented. It's not like she was. She was
wasn't.
good.
She had those hit songs. I
she
mean, I don't
did.
know them, but she was in the Super Bowl. She must have been popping. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then we never heard from her again. I mean,
Yeah.
when the last memory
Okay.
I have of Janet
That's not
Jackson
cool.
in the world at all
Is the Super Bowl.
is the fucking Super Bowl.
True.
You would have at least heard something else about her later on. Justin Timberlake is still huge,
Yeah.
and she's like literally disappeared.
Just because of that one.
Well,
fucking,
imagine
One
cancel
mistake
culture back
that
then.
it wasn't even entirely her fault. It was
wasn't-
planned. It was never supposed to.
There
be
was
the
really
whole
no
thing.
cancel culture back then.
She was like something was supposed to come off, but it wasn't supposed to expose her whole boob. It was supposed to be like her bra, but it fucked up and it didn't work out that way. It was a mistake.
It was an accident.
But Justin Timberlake was basically. I mean, he was just as liable
I mean,
as her in that
no,
situation.
I
It
know,
was an
but-
accident.
But what can you? I mean, maybe shutting up about it. It's just I guess because
But
she's
it's-
a
but it's
woman.
not
Yeah,
fair.
because
she got fucked because she was a woman, and they
she
blame
got
her
fucked
for
because she
it.
was a woman.
Then
She
that
got
shit
fucked
was not
'cause she
fair to
woman.
her.
I agree with that shit. Yeah, she got fucked because she was a woman.
I don't think
That's
either. I
not
mean,
right.
in all honesty, like whatever, it was a boob. Like let's
Yeah.
all fucking move on with our lives. Like it looks exactly like ours, just hangs out fucking a little more.
That's haram.
But people panicked. People like freaked out over that shit. It's fucking wrong. They canceled her.
I agree.
She got canceled. She was like the original person to get fucking canceled because of this shit. They had Senate hearings. The government launched an inquiry into how this was fucking possible. Full government investigation funded with taxpayer dollars to figure out how Janet Jackson's nipple appeared for half a second on TV.
And they just
Did they use that much resources?
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Chris,
You
I
don't remember
paid,
this?
I paid for it. I want the documents.
Chris, it's you can go on the government website and look at the entire hearing from start to
That's
finish, where
insane.
they brought
Shit
in
that I
all the
don't know.
all the executives from her company, like everyone from CNBC had to go there and testify. They did like an investigation onto if it was intentional or not. Like all this fucking shit happened, all of it, and her career got ended. And Justin Timberlake, like they asked him about it, and the dude's like, "Hey, we just want to give you all something to talk about."
You know what? I think-
People were like, "Yeah, Justin, you fucking cool, man." And
life-
then they were like, "Yo,
Love you,
Janet,
Justin."
Yo,
Yo.
Janet, you fucking scarred my children."
the life,
You
the
fucked
life
up.
mission-
You fucked up.
My
the
daughters are
life
wondering
mission-
what that was.
But the life mission of this podcast is to bring back Janet Jackson's career.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we should do. man.
Hashtag stream Janet.
Yes, let's make that motherfucking trending, man.
Let's
What's
get her the
stopping
fuck
us?
back. This shit is wrong. Her
Yeah,
shit
it
is on Spotify. You can go find that shit right now. This girl got canceled for no fucking reason.
She didn't pay for no ad time. We're just giving her the word. That's it. We just
Yeah.
want to
Follow
spread the word out there.
Follow Atwood Bar Podcast on Spotify.
Don't
Janet's
follow
on there.
us.
Jonathan's on there.
She's on every episode.
So what do you guys think? Like, are
Janet.
some canceled? How do you say it? Justified, and some cancels
Yes.
aren't.
Some cancellations, I agree, are justified.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein should be canceled.
Yes.
he got
other one-
I
fucking
would hope
deleted.
so, Sal.
Harvey should be canceled.
But
Yeah.
Bill,
Dr. Seuss should.
Sal be like,
Bill
haha.
should be canceled.
I know, he
Bill
is.
Bill should be canceled. That motherfucker was
Pepe Le Pew.
What about?
on,
Hold
it's a
on a
kid
second. I got one for you. Nicki Minaj.
For
For what?
She used to
Anaconda?
drug
That was
guys.
that was Cardi
Cardi.
B.
Cardi B. Sorry,
That's garbage.
she used to drug guys, take them for their money.
I guess in what we were talking about, people.
She
grow.
she said that. So I think the issue here is there was never any like tangible proof that it happened besides her saying something.
But was
like
there
that.
really that much backlash?
No, there was none.
There was none.
There was
But-
almost none because she admitted it.
Exactly.
She
So-
admitted
so
it,
if
but
you
she could have
admit
easily
something-
just been like, "All right,
And come on.
here's the
Like,
fucking
what stripper hasn't stolen something from you? You know what I mean? I mean, I haven't had that. I
my
haven't
marriage."
You used to
see, like
I'm just
it's
kidding.
not. It's not.
I've
it's
never
not
even
news.
been to a strip club.
It's not news.
yeah, look at Sal.
But what I'm saying is like, she fucking Christ.
My life was taken. bro.
Anyway, I mean, if
That
I
booty
would
took
like to see it actually get investigated. I think it's weird that nobody even bothered to like check into it, but nobody ever fucking came out and said that
Well,
it
I
happened
mean,
to them.
Yeah, because it was a bunch of guys. They're not going to be like, yeah, she did it. They all have wives.
Yeah. so now
You were supposed to be in the hair in the
I
first
mean,
place,
fuck.
motherfucker.
I mean, in that case, it's like I don't know.
What
the
if a
fuck
man
it's-
were to do that?
It's
Oh
wrong.
my God. If a man did that, it would equally be as bad.
Correct.
But it would get blown up in a
Absolutely.
whole different direction.
Absolutely.
Like if a man admitted that. Like,
Yeah.
what if who's popular right now? What's a popular male?
R. Kelly. He should be canceled.
Well,
He
I
should be
mean,
canceled.
again, he's another one that's like they already got him.
I mean,
There-
they already got
there
him.
you go.
They-
Oh, I
they
love
got him.
his interview. I mean, I don't love him, but I love his interview. Where he's just like,
How about Liam Neeson?
If he
Do
were,
you remember what he
oh
said?
wait, oh the racist thing.
Yeah, where
Oh,
he's
that
like,
was so
I forget
bad.
what happened,
I
but
felt
he
so
was
bad.
really upset
back
about
when, yeah.
like basically like black people.
Yeah.
Unjustifiably, he said. But he
Yeah,
said
yeah.
he was really upset. He's walking down the street and he said, "Man, I Chris, could you just look up Liam Neeson racist?
Yeah.
Because it should go up there.
Just type in N-word.
He never
Liam
did
Neeson.
anything, but
Not
all
doing
right.
that.
You should though.
It definitely
No.
was not. It was not right. I don't agree with. Mr.
Wait,
No, it's definitely
does he
wrong,
scream
yeah.
out the N-word? Does he come out and be like, "These motherfuckers"?
the N word does come
All right,
out.
that's
Nice.
So
I mean,
I don't know if
he
there's an
definitely-
article that has like a transcript
He
over race attack
profoundly
remarks.
Apologize. 40 years ago.
Oh, 40 fucking years
Okay,
ago.
said he wanted to
Come
kill a
on.
black man after rape of a friend and did not.
Man, did y'all
reflect
see
his
what the
true
hell
feelings.
Mark Wahlberg was saying in the
you
fucking
scroll down,
90s?
Chris?
Yeah, okay.
This
Mark-
motherfucker was killing Asians.
Mark
and calling them-
Wahlberg fucking killed the guy.
Yeah.
And there he
killed
got
him,
off.
and he's in.
He murdered him. He
Transformers.
beat him to death, and he got off.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to beat up Asians in Chinatown, bro. And used to call them fucking like gooks and I don't know what the hell.
He also apologized profoundly as well.
Yeah, and he's doing great. He probably has another fucking movie coming out. What is it like?
I don't know.
just him beating somebody
so,
up.
So
on
here,
show.
here's basically
Dad
what Liam
Boss
Neeson
4
said
or
and did.
some shit?
So basically, it says right there. So Liam Neeson said in an interview he had walked near pubs with a heavy stick at the time, hoping some quote unquote black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at him about something, so that I could ... kill him. Those are his exact words. His friend got raped by a black person, and he was very upset, and this is how he responded. He says he doesn't agree with what he said. He said he was just really upset at the time.
Yeah.
So he's using his emotions.
He was
as
very
an excuse.
emotional, but like
He was
if you
very
get very emotional and you do something racist, does that that's not an excuse?
no,
for
You
Yeah.
know what, man?
He's using it as
I met a lot of
excuse.
people that just hate on me because I'm Mexican. I've met a lot of people that hate on white people because they're white. I met a lot of people because they're black, they're black. Whatever it is, it's just...
It's an underlying.
But
thing.
nothing came out that had to do this. He came out himself and said that he did this and he apologized for it. But there was no video or anything about this happening.
and
It's
sometimes-
so
it's
long
40
ago.
years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but sometimes you just got to get ahead of these things because how, especially with this whole cancel
But
culture.
nobody,
like,
nobody was with him. He did this all on his own. There was nothing happened.
What's that movie that he Taken? There was not going to be any more like Taken 4 if he doesn't come out with this shit
He
quick.
died in 3.
Bro, they've already been taken 4 times.
He
Wouldn't you
died
think they
in
like
3.
He died in
There
three.
is
Figure
no
it out,
This is like
dude.
the Fast
Taken
and
4
Furious movie.
Resurrection.
Back from the dead.
Guess what? I have more sets of skills.
I have a very particular set of skills, including reanimating my dead body.
So what do we do here, boys?
now illustrated by Disney.
So what do we do here, boys?
I think
There needs to be some justification, right?
I think Gina Carano correctly lost her job. I think that
Ha ha!
Dr. Seuss has
funny, dude.
Dr.
I
Seuss
laugh.
has like 50 fucking books. It was 6 of them in particular that had some questionable imagery that had to
Wait,
get
did
taken
Dr.
down.
Seuss draw all his shit?
Yeah.
He did everything.
I don't think
He did it all. He did it all himself.
I think he
drew
did it all
everything?
himself.
They're
Yeah.
like kids' books, man.
I mean, those are hard. Chris,
His collection is
Islam, I found some in your backpack. That's where I got them from.
hey. Those are collector's items.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, he drew all the shit himself. Again, he came from a different time where maybe the shit was more okay than it is today. Didn't seem very racist. However,
I mean, Looney Tunes was hella
just
racist.
to assume that
Yeah.
every
Back in the day,
to describe
oh
an
my
Asian
God.
person as a person with chopsticks, slanted eyes, and wooden shoes seems pretty
pretty overt.
stereotypical today. So I don't.
Sure.
I understand why
Every-
someone might not want that.
The day that you
Every-
show Brock size is the day that I'm going to be able to believe all this shit,
Every
bro.
movie about an Asian person starts off in like a rice field. Tell me not.
Okay, well that's one thing.
Tell me
Because
not.
the story is in there.
It's
Mulan
set in
started
Asia.
in the rice field. No, it didn't.
Okay, well if a movie's set in Asia,
Obviously, it's gonna set in
How
there.
come?
how come every American movie starts in New York City? That's
hold
fucking
on.
racist.
Hold on. How come?
We're not just New York, baby.
How come in
to Brooklyn.
Pocahontas she falls in love with the white guy, right?
Yeah.
It's wrong. The white guy actually raped. They raped all the Indians.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's just us
Americans, yeah.
whitewashing shit.
Cancel Disney.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're the
Disney-
first. They're the
Listen,
first.
Disney are some of the
Disney
biggest
has been-
offenders back in the day.
Yeah, Disney has been deleting a lot of shit.
Okay, so when they delete Pocahontas, you come talk to
if
me.
you go on Disney Plus and you can go back and watch all their old cartoons.
They removed it.
No, they didn't remove it. There's a disclaimer at the beginning that says
some
these things were
racist
designed at a different time by people who thought differently, and times have
Really?
changed, and we don't necessarily endorse these perspectives
but
anymore.
they're selling it and they're
Yeah,
making a
I was
profit.
just gonna say that. I was like, oh yeah, but
Fuck
you're
outta here.
comfortable enough to make a fucking
but,
profit.
but they're
Disney.
like, this is the raw, uncut version,
Motherfuckers.
basically, of
Yeah.
what that was from back in
Kiss
the
my
day.
ass.
Kiss my ass.
That's just a way to save their asses and make more money.
That's
Fuck
how
outta
Gina
here.
should have came out. It's like, oh yeah, motherfucker, we
Release
just
Black
No,
Widow.
no, 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 no.
Pocahontas.
Hold on. Sal, you're just. I agree with you sometimes, but sometimes you're
All right,
absolutely wrong.
whatever, man. I'm just saying.
Release
He's
Black
like,
Widow.
ha!
Disney.
I would not
Have a
compare
sense of
Gina
fucking
Carano to any person in the fucking Holocaust.
Sounds like Disney Plus, Gina. What's the difference?
They both committed like fucking sins that they regret.
No, listen.
Well, one was done
anything-
hundreds of years ago. Well, not hundreds of years ago. It's like 100 years ago when
Not
Disney
even.
came out with that shit.
It was up until like
It was like in the early 1900s.
up until the 80s, dude. If anything, they followed the.
Oh
God.
well, the overt like minstrel shit that they had, like the minstrel shit,
Oh,
was
Dumbo?
done in like the early.
Dumbo was lit though. Come on.
The new
I'm
one.
very confused
the
why
lo-
they
the
canceled
old one.
Dumbo.
I don't.
There was a lot of racist stuff in the beginning.
Yeah, like the crows and shit. How it like imitated
The
like
the
black
Jim
folk.
Crow,
Yeah, black folk and them like dancing and shit. Like it was like like
They wore the hat.
They wore they wore the hat and everything.
Anyway, my
My
point is
dumb
like
ass.
Gina today
Me
is
too,
saying
when I
that
was a
she
kid.
currently feels this way today.
We're still
She's
arguing
not.
about Gina?
It's
Oh
not
my
like well, that was where we're ending up.
Yeah,
No,
where we
yeah,
started,
yeah.
bro.
No,
Come
we're
on.
not arguing with Sal
Fucking
anymore.
Sal's like, ha! Ha! Nazis, Gina. Ha! Fucking guy.
It's been more than like 80 years. I think a good
Shut
chuckle
up.
is worth it. Jesus Christ.
So you're saying, what else can we laugh about? What else is laughable? Is slavery laughable?
Oh, the dinosaurs dying.
No. Is slavery laughable now?
Yeah, they're way gone.
There's some very good fucking jokes made by Chris Rock.
Okay, let's,
Dave
end,
Chappelle.
let's
yeah.
end it
They're
right there.
fucking
he,
hilarious.
got you right there. He did.
Comedians.
I agree. Everything Dave Chappelle says is funny. I'm not saying I would repeat it all because I don't think I can.
What about the?
But is anybody trying to cancel
But he's
him?
fucking hilarious.
the
I think
opposite.
like when he jokes around about it, I laugh.
They're,
right?
they're
But I
making
mean,
they're making jokes
Are
about it
people
just
trying
as
to
fine,
cancel
dude.
Dave
What, I'm
Chappelle,
not
though?
gonna laugh at it.
Comedians
It's
is a
funny.
different-
Have a fucking sense of
Comedians
yes,
laugh.
weird.
but their
of joy,
job
bro.
is what?
To make
Being
you laugh.
Comedians. Gina's not a comedian.
Gina was never a comedian. She was a UFC fighter at
like-
one point.
and
She
she
was a
still
comedian
truly
then.
believes it. Like if you ask, like these
Comedians.
comedians, like, is this how you truly feel? And they've come out and said things like, no, it's meant as a joke to be lighthearted. to, like-
Satire, it's comedy.
Well, yeah.
I mean, some jokes definitely are insensitive, but I think some like
Y'all took it offensive. I took it as a joke. Okay, let's just end it as that. Y'all are not gonna.
It was just
Gina
never.
was a
It was,
comedian that day.
it was never meant to be a joke. Is like it's what we're trying to say.
But Sal saw it as
Oh
a
no,
joke.
but I thought it
If
was
you wanna
funny.
take
so
it as a
therefore
joke, it's
it
okay.
is a joke.
all the shit that Q
Chris
says is
also took
fucking
it as- I
hilarious.
I proposed to
just
my
really-
girlfriend when I was kidding, but because I thought it was a joke, it was funny. However, she left me. She's
It's
too
still in your
sensitive.
perception, dude. It's just still, if it's a joke, it's a
She
joke
was
for
too
you.
sensitive.
She's a pussy. Okay.
I'm not gonna win this conversation.
You're
It's
not.
fine.
You're not.
You're not.
All right.
You're not.
We can all end it off giving our final perspectives because we're about out of time. But in my own point of view, I think a lot of the stuff that's getting canceled today is valid. I think some of it is going a little too far, and I think some people are blowing some things out of proportion. The Dr. Seuss thing was just 6 books. It's not like the whole thing is, and nobody asked them to do it. They did it themselves. But everyone's trying to politicize it and make it seem like someone told someone to do something. Like that never happened. It's not. Dr. Seuss is not canceled. It was his six of his books are no longer being sold, at least in their current form, unless they change something in the future. So in that regard, I think people are blowing shit out of proportion. I think some shit deserves to be canceled, but it's going too far in some cases. Ben out. I'll drop the mic.
I think you're right. I think some stuff are definitely being out of proportion. I think some stuff is definitely called for. I feel like we live in a day and age where everything is just
Opinionized?
too opinionized. Everyone has an opinion about
Weaponized
Yeah,
opinions?
everyone takes something and wants to spin it around, and I think sometimes it is what it is, and
To
they just
expand,
ruined our childhood. Just
yeah,
saying.
I mean to expand your point, because again, I'm in more your, I'm in your like in your field, because people just need to worry about something else, man. This is very insignificant. You think you're moving the needle towards your
agenda.
ideology. You're separating people, man.
You
are. You're creating sides, and I think motherfuckers should just let it happen more natural, dude. It's like you're not call me out today, cancel me. I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna hate you.
To expand on you, I think there needs to be a better definition or a different term than cancel for these type of things. Instead of canceling, why don't we just build a better version of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Understand what I'm trying to- Why
It's
don't
not-
we just
So
better
like
it?
so like a virtual version of a timeout is what you're trying to say.
No. like
version
instead
of
of just
timeout.
instead of just saying let's cut this shit out all the way. Let's learn from it. Let's grow
Listen,
as a,
I think
as a species.
I think calling somebody the N-word is wrong. Okay.
But let's grow from that.
Yes, and that's something that we need to learn from. Like as we were younger, it was kind of accepted. Now we're starting to not be accepted, but like it's understood, right?
It's
You know what I
understood
mean? Like
why we can't say it.
exactly. But certain stuff like I know like Pepe Le Pew, right, was canceled, right? But as kids, we didn't see it that way. Now, when you look at it, you're like, oh man, like that's kind
It's
of
bad.
that's-
Okay,
that's
now
kinda
let's
fucked
learn
up.
from it.
Now we learn
Let's
from
do
it.
better.
But in situations where I'm like, oh Chris, stop being a pussy. I get it, right? It's the strongest organ. I understand it.
Stop being the strongest organ out there, bro. Jesus
but the
Christ.
thing is like
Damn so
it.
fucking
But
strong.
You also hear women saying like, "Don't be a dick" or some stuff like that. Which and I get it. I think in that point of view, we're like in the gray area of like, come on, are we really arguing
Well,
about
nothing
like,
can be black and white, right?
exactly? But the things that can be black and white, I think we should like clearly cut those out, and like they should be like lessons learned.
Correct.
And like we shouldn't be having this whole argument on social media about like what's wrong and what's right. Like it was obviously upset a large majority of people, and
let's-
like it should be like,
Let's
hey,
just not yell at each other.
exactly, that's wrong. Let's realize that that's wrong and let's chill out. Chris,
All right, Chris, what do you think?
So we didn't talk about, but like the Mr. Potato Head
Oh,
and Mrs. Potato Head, like people just blow that way out of proportion. Like, do you guys really care about that? Like, really?
No.
It's all clout points.
'Cause you can
bro. It's all
change it.
clout
It can be whatever
tokens,
the
man.
fuck-
Like, that,
In my own
like do you
opinion.
just like wake up in the middle of the night just sweating like, oh fuck?
You're doing it. You're doing
These
it.
people definitely do.
You're doing it for the Twitter likes, the follows, just to say
I-
something out there. And
All right,
just
for
so
the
people
record
can-
though, like Mr. Potato Head had never had a gender.
no, but there was a Mr. and Mrs. Potato
Mrs.
Head.
Okay,
by the
still
way.
don't have a gender.
But people
No.
shouldn't.
They
care-
don't have genitals.
People
No.
shouldn't
They are
care
owners.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You
people,
should
That's
care
what I mean.
about
We're not
actual
defending
racist stuff.
It's a
No,
raw
you should
potato.
care
fucking
about. You should
stupid.
care about healthcare. All right. Do you have it?
Oh, what about Twitter changing women to WOMXN?
Oh, did you see that tweet, yo? I was like,
Oh
fuck
my
yo,
God.
it's ridiculous now.
Yo,
it's
they
fucking ridiculous.
they wanted.
Boys.
fucking
listen,
ridiculous.
I have to say this. They wanted to be inclusive, right, and include like the gender neutral and everything. And then like one particular group was like, "Oh, you didn't add us," and it was like,
You can't make
I
everybody
really don't know what
happy,
you're
man.
talking about.
Well, I mean,
think we
it's
should
just a
stay
Twitter
away from
hashtag.
Twitter.
It's pretty easy to change.
No.
All they did was change an A to
No,
an
but
X.
I'm outraged, bro.
Twitch changed it
Twitch?
on their
Twitter.
Twitch.
Oh,
I thought you said Twitter first.
said Twitter.
No, I
You
said
said Twitter.
Twitch.
I think you said
it
Twitter
sounded like
first time.
Twitch.
Twitchster.
No,
Whatever.
Twitch,
Twitchster.
but they obviously put a tweet out, you know. And can you look it up real quick?
What do you want me to do?
WOMXN. I mean, it might be Twitter. It might be Twitch. But hold on, I think it's Twitch. XN.
Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Twitch. Yes. So they did it for like a Women's History Month. Like they wanted to be all inclusive. And they had to put out like an apology.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
It's like people don't kill me in the comments. And then
Kill us.
in 5 years from now, don't kill me in the comments
Oh,
still.
kill me even harder.
It's to like I think it's to like gender neutral, like transgender women.
For all of our entities out there, bro. That's
yes,
what it
for
is.
anyone that is like known as like the term woman.
It's right. It's right
That's,
here at the bottom.
floating
At
goddess.
the bottom. At the bottom of the paragraph. Right.
Sure.
Trans and non-binary women.
Yeah.
Are women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So like
This
people
hurts my head reading
people
this.
fucking killed it. They had to release like a sorry like 5 minutes later.
I'm
They're
sorry
like,
for being too
for-
inclusive.
Yeah, sorry, we're trying to include everybody. So I'm just gonna. I think that is one of the things that was like,
Exaggerate.
This is
hey,
unnecessary.
come on, like
This
we're
is just
You're
a
wasting your time.
Wasting time.
yes. So
All right. Well, I think
So
that's
Chris
gonna
still
do it.
didn't. Hold on.
Oh wait.
He
just
gave-
complained. No, he just complained about.
But he
nothing.
basically he was on our camp, bro.
Urban, why
he was
do
on
you
our camp.
complain
I know.
about
Urban.
everything?
I care about.
I
your
should
opinion.
fucking cancel you
I
because you're a
care about
bitch.
your
Shut up.
Oh, there we go. That's how we're gonna end this motherfucker.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to
God.
wrap up our show. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Atwood Bar Podcast, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Peace.